Hi, I'm Kathy Slattengren, author of Raising Kids Who Blossom, Priceless Parenting for Healthy Growth. This book is a culmination of the last 10 years I've worked on my Priceless Parenting online parenting classes and website, and it captures some key ideas that experts have presented that are super helpful to parents, that I've experienced myself, and that I've worked with other parents they've reported as being extremely helpful. So this book is divided into 5 different chapters. The first chapter covers everything all of us need to consider, like what kind of home is it that we're trying to create? How can we lead our kids and be an admired leader without being perceived as a despised boss? How do we set a positive tone? How do we treat each other with respect and insist that our kids treat us with respect? How do we set limits around media usage? And how about talking about the birds and the bees? What should we be covering? And how do we protect our kids from sexual abuse? Those are some heavy topics, but things that are really important. Next chapter is parenting behaviors to avoid. Things that we've probably all done, but that in the long run actually cause more problems than they solve. So things like seeking revenge through punishment, hitting kids, yelling at our kids, nagging and ordering them around, bribing them, all sorts of different things that often work in the short term, but then cause long-term problems. Throughout this book, what you'll find is I use real parenting stories. I just changed the names. No need to make anything up because there's plenty of real examples of things that work well and things that don't work well. The next chapter, so after we cover the things we don't want to be doing, so then what are we supposed to be doing when our children are behaving in ways that we are not okay with? And that covers 20 different approaches. And I'm pulling these approaches from different experts and researchers. And so each topic is really covered in just a few pages with references to the source so that if you want to dive in and get even more information, you certainly can. Next is chapter 4, and that's really building our kids' life skills. So what is it that they need to be successful and launch as successful young adults? How can they express their feelings in healthy ways? What are some key habits for succeeding in school? How can we teach them financial responsibility? How can we teach them through chores? How can we ensure that they have the skills they're going to need in order to successfully launch as young adults? And the final chapter, chapter 5, is on doing your own best parenting. What is it you need for your own self-care? How is it that men and women parent differently and respond to stress differently? How can you run family meetings so that you can stay on top of what's going on in your family? How do you recognize red flag behaviors that indicate your child might be having a serious problem? These type of topics and more are covered in chapter 5. I hope you will get a copy of this book for yourself and send me your feedback. I look forward to it. Thank you.